الله خيرا يا أبو بكر. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. So, before we start, we already talked about two important tips that we want you to remember, which is the short vowels. We said fatha, prolonged into from a to a, from fatha to alif, and then dhamma, which is u to woo, from dhamma to waw, and then kasra, from e to e, which is from kasra to ya, right? And then we had the one-way connectors, very important tip. One-way connectors, 4 of them, dal, dal, ra, zai, easy to remember. One from this side, the alif or the hamza on top of the alif, right? And then we have the waw. And waw, the same thing. Even if you have a hamza on top of the waw, it's still one-way connector. Okay? We're good now? Now we're gonna start the new shape, which is the new family, the family of the jim, ha, and kha. So, this is Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Allahumma salli ala sayyidina. So, this is the jim, and this is the ha, and this is the kha, right? Kha has one dot on top, jim has one dot under, ha has no dot, right? Now, the tricky thing is, this is the full shape or in the end. Again, full shape or in the end, right? If this is in the initial form, this jim becomes flattened like this. You see? So you're looking for the what? For the dot here. And the jim is flattened now. Initial, yes. Okay? Again, sometimes you see it curved like this, but it's still the same thing. You can differentiate, right? So, and then it has the dot under. Okay? Now, we have the, let's say the ha. Ha has no dot. Again, ha in the beginning. Right? Kha would be the same thing. This is the kha. Kha will be the same thing. You see? Okay? So that is in the initial form. Now, we're going to go from the initial form into the middle form. And that's where it becomes a little bit confusing. Again, this is where it gets a little bit confusing. There are, let's say that we're going to connect ba. I'm going to connect the ba with a jim. And then let's say with a dal. Okay? Let's say ba, jim, and dal. I'm going to connect them right now. Now, to have a meaningful word, because this one, let's say to have a meaningful word. So this is the alif, hamza. So this is hamza. Now, ba with jim can have 2 different ways of connecting them. 2 different ways. The first one is that I'm going to bring the ba as we already learned, right? This is the ba. And then the jim will be connected to it. And then we're going to connect the dal. Easy, right? Ba, you recognize the ba, you recognize the jim, you recognize the dal, right? Again, ba, jim, dal. You find it like this in Quran sometimes, okay? So ba, regular ba in the initial form connected with jim, right? It's easy. But there is another one which is the slide one, which is the confusing one, okay? Which is the confusing one. They do not put the ba like the jim like this. No. They said, let's do it like this. They said, this will be the ba. Okay, and then this is the jim. And then this is the dal. Okay? Yes. Now, this dot will be here. And this dot will be here. You know it because jim never has 2 dots. Easy. It's easy to know. Jim will never have 2 dots. And this space is owned by the jim. This space is owned by the jim. So you cannot say, oh, this dot may be for the next letter. No. So the next letter will never have its dots here. Okay? So this space is the jim. But because the ba, the jim gave the ba a lot of access. This is okay. You can use my space. Okay? If it is a ya, it will be like this because we said ba is from the ya family, right? So let's say that we're gonna change this one into a ya. So we will have a ya, jim, and then dal, right? Ya, jim, dal. We're gonna do it this way. Right? Now, the dot for the jim will be here. One dot. What about the ya? Sometimes you see the ya either here or if the writer is nice, makes it easy and does it like this. Okay? Brings this one dot a little bit here and then does the two dots like this. Okay? But remember that this space is owned by the jim. So the next letter will never has its dots in this. Okay? The next letter will have its dots under it. Yes. So the order is, this is the beginning. This is the first. And then this one. Okay? Order is ya, jim. It's not jim, ya. No. Ya, and then connected to it. That's what should lead you. This ya is connected to the jim, and then jim connected this to that. Okay? Makes sense? Yes. Now this time we added one letter in the end. No, practice, akhi. And you have the same thing on the on our website. You have also on our website. You have all the details, all the videos, as I promised you. Now we're gonna do the ba jim only. We're gonna do the ba jim only. Again, you can do it this way. You find it a lot like this. Okay, ba and then jim. Or if it is a kha, or something, it's gonna be the same thing, right? Now, the second thing is the slide. Call it the slide. Okay, you will have the ba here and then the jim here. Remember that this space is all what? The jim space. So allow the ba to have its dots here. Okay? Now, confusing, right? The ba and jim, right? Because of the dots. The same problem happens on top when you have a noon and kha. Noon plus kha. Either you do it noon kha like this, right? Or if we do it the slide way, it's not a good one. So let me take it out. I'm gonna do it the other way here. We're gonna do the noon, the slide, right? And then the kha. Now, what about the dots? This one is very easy. The noon will have its dot here, and then the kha will have its dot here. Okay? You got it? Yes. If it is a ta, let's say that we have a ta followed by ha. You say, oh, it has two dots. You say, no, brother. Why? Because if ta is connected to the ha in the slide form, the two dots would have to be connected, touching each other. They have to be touching to each other. The two dots, they need to be what? Touching. You cannot have the ta, the two dots separated. If they are separated, then it's a noon ha. Noon kha, I'm sorry. If they are disconnected, then it's a noon and then kha. Two dots for two letters. Okay? If they are connected, they are what? For the ta. They cannot be noon kha. They cannot. Okay? So you see here the two dots for the ta. That means this is what? Ha. This is a ha now. What about this? No, it's not a ta. Noon kha. Because it's a one dot separated and then kha separate. So this is a noon kha. This one is ta ha. What is this? Ba jim. Let's the same dilemma with the ya. The same dilemma with the ya. We have a ya followed by, let's say, a ha. We're gonna do the same slide. If it is a ya ha, then the two dots of the ya, they need to be what? Touching. They need to be touching this close, you see? Okay, they need to be, they write it like this way. I'm sorry, this is too much, right? They do it this way. 1, 2. You see, they are touching each other next to each other. So that means this is a ya ha. Yeah, this is definitely ya ha. Okay? If it was a ba ha, let's say ba ha, then they would be like this, right? This is a ba ha. Ba jim, 2 dots, then ba jim separated. Even if the dots are close to each other like this, still it's a ba jim. Even if they are close like this, it's still a ba jim. Okay? When they are touching, that's when you know, okay, these are for the definitely for the ya. You got it, akhi? Right. Now,
so which form is used most?
Both. That's the idea.
So it depends on the writer or
No, it's both. It depends on the mood of the writer. You have it, yes. You have like this. You will find in Quran the word, one of the words in Quran is yakhafu, right? Yakhafu. Sometimes you find it in Quran like this. You find it like this, and sometimes you find it like this. Same word. This is yakhaf, this is yakhaf. Okay? Yes. They just do it way better than this. But you get the idea, right? This is the slide. Remember, a slide connected to the kha or a jim or a ha. Okay? And then you have whatever letters after. Yes, you had a question, Akhi?
It's a style of writing. Writing styles, right?
Huh?
writing style of
It's
writing.
just the style they write.
Yeah, but it's not one style you have to stick to. You can always, in the same letter that you are writing, you can pick and choose. You don't have, it's not like one style that you have to follow until you end the page or in surah. No, it doesn't have to be like that. Okay? It's just one way. Sometimes you want to break the monotony. I already used a lot of this, so I'm going to use this. You see? So that's the idea, that you will find it in Quran in the same page, maybe the same line. You will have ya connected to kha in one way, and then you have it's connected in the other way. This is why it's as important as the regular one. Okay? As you need to understand this, you need to understand this. You got it, inshallah?
Yeah.
Okay, again, this is why we have the videos, so you can always go. Remember that you are first-time learners, and first-time learners means you need a lot of work. Practice, it's not difficult. It's just practice. A lot of things in life, if you watch something, right, you think that you know it. When you force yourself to say it, there's a little that you memorize, right? So that's the nature of how our brains work. Now, the same thing of this slide, brothers, the same thing of these slides is repeated in the end. When kha or jim or ha are in the end. Example, I have a ba followed by ha. I can do it this way, which is correct, or I do it the slide style. Okay, which is the ba, the dot will be here. Okay, now don't get confused, because if sometimes they put the dot here for some reason, it belongs to this one, to the ba, not to the kha. It's not a kha, because the kha in this case will have its dot here. Okay, and they're not going to confuse you that way. Okay, but if there's a dot here, then you will have the dot of the kha in there. Okay, now let's do a noon. I'm sorry, I don't know why I'm writing the noon like this today. Noon is a ball, right? We said noon is like a ball, right? And then we have a kha. So we said either noon kha like this, or the slide style. Noon and then the kha. You see? Why didn't we say that this is a ta?
Why didn't you say?
Why didn't we say that this is a ta
Because
ha?
they're not.
They are not touching. It needs to be touched. You see? So when they touch, they are only for one letter. They cannot be for two. When there is a significant difference between them, space, then it's a nun kha. Okay? طيب. Let's go with the ya followed by ha. They'll do the same thing. The two dots can be like, yes, like this. Sometimes they do like this. Okay? But it's the same thing. Okay? Now, if this is a jim, it will be like this. Okay? If it is a kha, then you have two dots here, and then the kha will have its dot here.
Sometimes on top of each other.
Huh?
The dots, sometimes they're on top of each other.
Here?
No, yes.
Yeah, here. Like this. Right? Now, let's say you have one here. Or let me test you. I'm going to give you a tricky question, so be careful. What is this?
That is a ya, ha.
It's a one dot, not two dots.
It's a G, ha.
This is why I told you it's a tricky question.
Yeah, because the dot inside is for the J.
No. That is a ba, ha.
Baha. Why?
Yeah.
Ba, because we have to sound the
dot.
thing first,
The one.
and then
No. The jim dot will not be at this side.
will not be at the end.
It's not going to be at that side. It has to be somewhere here. The space starts from here. So it has to be, for example, here, or here, or here, or here, but not here.
At the beginning of
No, it's not going to be. You're not going to find it there. Okay? So this,
That's Baha.
it's a ba kha. So the ba is here. And then this one, because we know that people know that this is a ba, then we had flexibility. We did not put the kha dot here. No, we can do it here. Okay? Because we know now that there is no confusion. At least they think that there is no confusion. Because the dot for the jim, it's not on the side, the very side. You're not going to find it on the very side of the jim. That's the dot for it. The kha is, yeah. Again, sometimes you may find it if there is a space like this, two dots. This is two dots, supposed to be two dots. Then this is for the ya. Okay? طيب. Now, we're gonna connect the jim ha kha with their friends, with their family members. With their family members, okay? What are the family members of the jim?
Ha.
Ha and kha. Okay, so we have jim, and then we have ha, and I'm gonna connect them, right? Look at this. We can either do this one, and then do two. Okay, jim, ha, and then we say, for example, alif. Okay, easy. Jim, jim. جيم حاء جيم خاء جيم إلى آخره, right? Yes, حجارة. حجارة حاء جيم ألف راء. You find it like this. Okay? So this is one form. There is another form which is on top of each other. حي جاء, and then you go up. Okay? Easy. This is the ha. And then this is this other one, yes. And it's the same thing with the dots. This jim will have its dot here. Oh, why isn't this for this letter? Because we tell you that this letter, it's not going to have its dot on the side. It needs to be in the middle. So this one, if it has a dot, it will be here. This will be jim jim. This one will be,
No, that would be G.
this will be jim ha, because the dot is in the middle of this.
First letter.
This letter cannot have its dot here. Cannot. So if it has dot, it will be under here, not on the side. Okay?
For the side dot is for the first letter.
Yes, because you see that the dot is in the side here, so it's for the first letter. Okay? If this is, for example, a kha, it will have the dot here.
That would be G.
Jim kha. Okay? Let's say that there's nothing.
That's a ha. That's a ha.
No.
No, G.
No, that's a,
The
no,
dot.
that's not a G. That's a ha. Ha.
Ha kha.
Yeah.
Why can't we say that this dot belongs here? The first one.
Belongs where? Because
Why can't we say that the dot belongs to this letter, not to this?
but it's over the second one.
Yes, it's over the second one. It's on the side. So this letter cannot have its dot here. So that means this dot does not belong to this. It belongs to second one. Yes. It will be really confusing even to the Arab speakers if the dot is here. You say, hey man, what do you mean now? I will read it, definitely. I will read it as a kha now. It will belong to this one, not to this anymore. For me, it will not belong to this anymore. It belong to this one. Okay? But if the dot is outside of the border of the kha and it's here, you say, no, this belongs to the second one now because you are already out of the border of the sound. You got it, inshallah. Okay. Yes. Now, the last thing in this is the noon, kha, and then ya. Okay? We're gonna do it the two ways. Noon, and then the kha, and then the ya. Right? Or we're gonna do the slide way. Noon, kha, and then ya. You got it? This is noon followed by noon, right? Sorry, noon, kha, ya. Or noon, slide form, and then kha, and then ya. Now, because of the ya, if you notice the kha in both cases, or aha, has to slide a little bit to satisfy the ya. Because ya is a letter that's going down. So if you're going to connect the kha to it, you have to tilt the kha a little bit to meet it. Again, because the ya is already what? Tilted to the bottom, right? So when I do a jim, you see, I'm already trying to a little bit. Okay? We're gonna learn this. No worries, akhi, inshallah. You will recognize it. It's not very difficult, inshallah. Okay. Who wants to read now?
Or Adam.
No, you will do. You will do.
Okay, no problem.
I like those who volunteer their colleagues.
So which one?
Yes. Oh, he will start.
Read everything?
No, read this family.
This one?
Yes.
That's a Jim, Lam. That's a Ha, Lam, Kha, Lam. That's a Ba, Ha, Ta.
Mm-mm-mm.
That's a Ba,
Ba,
Ha,
ha,
Ta.
ha.
Ha,
You said ha. You said kha. This is a ha.
Ha, Ha,
Ha. No, ha.
Ha.
Yeah, it's a ha, like the fricative ha.
Right. Ba, Ha, Ta.
Uh-huh.
Ta, Jim, Fa.
Mm-hmm.
Ya, Ha, Ya, Kha, Ba. Ya,
This is correct. Ya kha ba. But what about this?
yeah, this one is Ta,
Uh-huh.
Ha, Ta.
Ta ha ta. You scare me when you say
Yeah,
kha.
yeah. Ta, Ha, Ta.
Don't say kha. I hear it as a kha. This is a ha. Ha. Pure ha. No dots.
Ha. Okay. Ta, Ha,
Yes.
Ta.
Yes.
That's Ba, Jim.
Nice.
That's Noon, Ha.
It's a taha.
Is it? No, it's not.
Good. Yes. Thank you.
Not a Ta. Taha will be close. Those will be
Thank you.
touching each other.
Yes. I was testing. Good.
Yeah.
Akhi. Yes.
That's a ta, ha.
Nice. تاخا.
Ta, ha.
Yes.
That's a ya, jim, wa.
Nice.
That's a ha, jim, alif.
Nice.
That's a ya, ha, jim.
Good.
That's nun.